auto industry. But now, when we have new models and automotive sector is growing, that means you need new tooling, and that's putting pressure on the remaining tool shops. And so there are people who are retiring. That's going to make it even worse. They have these skilled trades, and really this is the kind of job that that requires almost an associate's degree. And so what are we going to do about the tooling industry? Well, that's one snapshot that I'd like to offer. The next snapshot is Ford Motor Company. Now, I recently had the chance to interview James Tutreau. He is the guy who runs North American manufacturing for Ford Motor Company. He just hired 8,000 people from North America, including many in Michigan, some in Kentucky, some in Mexico. And what he told me was shocking. He said that the people that he hired in Chihuahua, Mexico, for the Ford Mexico plant, had better skills than the candidates that they were hiring in Michigan. And now I would have thought, if he said Germany, we have a plant in Germany, and the German candidates had better skills, that would not have surprised me. Mexico, that really surprised me. And he said that's because the government and public policy there work to make sure that the people who are coming through the pipeline to come to Ford through government programs have math skills. They know what torque is. They can run machinery that requires math, a lot of math aptitude. And the government also pays the wage of the employees for the first 3 months on the job. So he liked that idea because Ford spends a lot of money on training. So, ironically, 2013, this is the 100th anniversary of the moving assembly line that Henry Ford pioneered in Highland Park, in that huge plant that's now mothballed. And this is what assembly used to look like of an automobile. And this is what it looks like today. The plants are filled with computers, robotics, fabrication equipment, and it takes about an associate's degree to understand how to work them. And that's the problem that Ford has and other manufacturers, that a lot of people have not looked at manufacturing as a career. They probably are remembering the downturn of the 2000 to 2008 and don't want to be laid off in the future. So they don't really realize that it's more a high-tech job and a clean job these days, and not, as Tutreau says, a matter of putting 4 screws in a part and repeat, repeat, repeat. The third snapshot. I'm sorry, I'm missing one slide. The third snapshot is computer-related jobs. We talked about advanced manufacturing. The other part of the other area, one of the other areas, there's so many that we could talk about today, where there's a shortage of workers, is in computer-related jobs. Systems analysts, software developers, app developers, people who understand databases and how to run them. General Motors announced in May that it was going to spend $100 million on a new data center in Milford, northwest of Detroit. That's on top of another data center that they opened in Warren that cost $130 million, and they opened that last year. The 2 centers, Warren and Milford, are going to replace a network of 23 separate data centers that GM had. They operated some of them, and they had 3 outsourced companies operate the others. The equipment